Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my transfer plans for Game Week 24 and also how I'm currently getting on in Game Week 23. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what players are you thinking of bringing in for the next game week, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's take a look at how I'm currently getting on in Game Week 23. It is another red arrow down to 31k from like 24 or 25 or something like that. I'm currently on 50 points, a game week rank of 3.1 mil. I do still have 2 players yet to play though, and one of them is my captain, Haaland. I just have to hope and pray that he starts tonight. I have to hope and pray that like both of them start tonight because I've got Gabriel on the bench with a -1 who could be coming on if, you know, Foden doesn't play. I am quite confident that Haaland will start tonight. I really hope that Foden does as well. But, you know, there's always that potential that they don't. And if they don't, then obviously it all goes to just a very, very bad situation. But either way, Martinez in goal, 7-pointer, absolute hero once again. Very, very nervy end to that game. They were obviously 5-0 up. And then they scored, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Because obviously he was on quite a big, quite a nice little haul, you know, 7 points. I would always have took that, especially with Dubravka and Areola both blanking. But yeah, luckily it was given for offside. I haven't seen the goal. I don't know how close it was, but I did say, I got the little notification saying, you know, Sheffield United scored, and I was like, you can't be kidding me. But luckily was offside. So yeah, picked up 7 points from Martinez. Porro with another 1-pointer. I'm getting closer and closer to just selling Porro. Like, he blanks in 26. Spurs can't keep the ball out of the back of the net. And now that Maddison's back, you know, it really has hurt his threat in front of goal. And I just don't think it's really worth having him. Like, I think it'd be much smarter to go to a different player with like a double or something like that that's coming up. So I could easily get rid of him for Kyle Walker at some point. I need to see if Walker starts tonight. If he's back in like the running and everything, then I'll probably make that transfer. Just because it helps me get rid of a blank, and, you know, it brings me in a double game week player, and it's a City player as well. So we'll obviously have to have a little look at that, but, you know, that's just something that I am kind of thinking about. Estepinian as well with a 1-pointer did get benched, which causes even more issues because I wasn't really expecting a benching. I was expecting him to start most games and then like come off on like the 60th, 70th minute. But him to get benched, like, I'm very happy that he did come on because obviously, like I say, Gabriel -1-pointer on the bench. But yeah, at the same time, it also causes an issue because Game Week 26, when a lot of players are blanking, I kind of need all my players to be starting. And, you know, if Estepinian isn't, then that is going to cause a bit of an issue. The only problem is I can't really get rid of him. Like, he's got Spurs this week, but then after that, he's got, like, Sheffield United away. I just can't get rid of him for that. Like, it'd just be silly, but I don't know, it's a bad situation to be in. And then Dan Burn, my transfer this week. Wow, what a transfer. Big old -1. Gets a yellow card, gives away a penalty, concedes 4, and then yeah, and it really hurts my team this week. So yeah, not the greatest transfer at all. To be fair, it was Howe's fault. Like, there's no way he's playing him on the wing, you know, as like a fullback against like a pacey player. Like, that's just bad management. Like, obviously I'm not a manager, but I wouldn't play Dan Burn, who isn't the fastest guy, against a really fast winger. It just wouldn't do that. So yeah, he may have also now lost his place. Obviously Livramento came on for him, so that's also very unfortunate. So I have Estepinian, who might be getting benched, Burn, who might have lost his spot, and then obviously Porro, that's blanking in 26, and then Kabore, who's blanking in 26, then I've got Gabriel. So pretty much 4 out of my 5 defenders are not going to, potentially might not be playing in Game Week 26. So I think there will be hits all over the place. And yeah, it just kind of puts me in a really unfortunate position. Like, on paper, fantastic fixture, like Luton at home. Obviously, Dan Burn, I wasn't expecting a -1 at that, like, in that game at all. But the more annoying thing as well is that I got rid of Anderson for him. You know, I've had Anderson since Game Week 8 on my wildcard, and he has literally got like 2 returns in that time. I've played him pretty much like 10-12 times from like Game Week 8 to Game Week 22, and he gets like absolutely nothing. And then the week I transfer him out, he goes and gets an assist. Like, I know they conceded 4, but it's just like pure FPL, that is. Like, I literally got nothing from him since like Game Week 11. And then the 1 week I transfer him out, he goes and gets an assist. So yeah, it actually did hurt me, like, getting rid of Anderson for Burn, but I wouldn't have been able to bring Haaland if I didn't get rid of Anderson. So it is what it is. It is unfortunate, but yeah, that's the back line. So yeah, absolutely terrible. Apart from Martinez, absolute hero. And then in midfield, Douglas Luiz picking up 5 points. This was another thing that really annoyed me because the ball that he played for that goal was just absolutely exquisite. And then he came off at half time. I was a little bit worried that he might be injured, but he's not. He just got took off. I understand because they were like 4-0 up, 3-0 up, whatever, so they'd already won the game basically. But yeah, it was just really, really annoying because he could have got a big haul there. If he got a goal as well, then that would have been massive. But I mean, he still got a bonus point. He came away with 5 points, just not the worst thing in the world. But it is annoying just to see him get taken off when, you know, Watkins is smashing all of these goals and assists and stuff like that. And then Douglas Luiz could have got something else from that game. But yeah, I mean, you know, I can't complain. He still got the assist and a bonus point, but it could have been more, you know. And especially in a week where I've got another red arrow, where I feel like I've been a little bit unlucky again, like with the Espinion benching, Burn being brought in, Luiz getting taken off. Like, I don't know, I kind of needed a little bit of luck. But either way, 5 points. Better than like Gordon and stuff. Obviously Gordon's now injured and everything, so that causes a problem for Gordon owners. But either way, Foden, who's got Brentford away, still yet to play. Really, really need him to start tonight. And then Palmer and Saka doing really, really well. Like, obviously Chelsea look completely in the bin at the moment, but Palmer is still getting goals and getting bonus, and it's really nice to see. And then also Saka with a 9-pointer too. So yeah, not too bad from the midfield at all this week. As I've always said, like every single week, it's either my back line does really well, or like my forwards and midfield does well. It's never the same, which is why I'm getting a red arrow every week, because not everybody is doing like okay. But yeah, then up top, obviously Haaland still to play is my captaincy. I need a big haul from Haaland this week. It would be absolutely massive to bring him back into my team and him absolutely smash it. So fingers crossed he does something. Like Brentford away is not the easiest fixture, but I still think, you know, Haaland hopefully will be able to get something from that. And then yeah, Watkins 18-pointer. Fair play if you captained him. I mean, the reverse fixture where he got like nothing, I think that might have put a few people off. But then he goes and smashes 18 points, like 36 points if you captained him. That is absolutely insane. So fair play if you did. And then Solanke with a 2-pointer as well. And then yeah, on the bench, Turner, who has now been dropped, obviously as the goalkeeper. We did make a goalkeeper, we did bring in a new goalkeeper. So yeah, Turner is just going to be bench fodder now until I'm on my wild card. And then Gabriel with a -1. So yeah, that's why I need Foden and Haaland to play. Like, it's not as bad that Burn got the -1, because a lot of people played Gabriel this week who also got a -1. I feel sorry for people that played both of them. I could be one of those people if Foden doesn't play tonight, so I really need him to. And then Kabore with 0, and then Salah with 0 as well. So that's how we're kind of looking for game week 23. Moving on to game week 24, obviously there's a lot of fires in my team now. Like, I need Salah to be back for the double. If he's like not gonna be, then I'm gonna have to start thinking about getting rid of him. Like, I feel like my team is in an okay position right now, like in terms of having both Haaland and Salah. And like, obviously I've not got Trent, but you know, Trent came off early and everything like that, so that's an issue. Like, obviously you wouldn't get rid of Trent before Burnley at home, but you know, it's a little bit weird, like, that he's not really making it to 60 minutes and stuff like that, and he's being benched and everything. I don't know if like something's not right there, like maybe he's rocking a small injury or something, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, either way, obviously there's not really much point in me bringing Trent in with that kind of, you know, I'd obviously have to get rid of Salah, which I might do anyway. If I get rid of Salah, it will be for somebody like Jota or someone like that. But I don't want to bring Jota in this week, who's got Burnley at home, for then Salah to be back, and then it causes a massive rotation risk as well for the forwards. So that's the kind of situation I'm there. But I can't really do anything else. I've got nothing in the bank. The only other thing I could do is obviously get like rid of Porro for a Walker or someone like that. Another thing that I could do is get rid of Estepinian for Doherty. So Doherty's got Sheffield United at home this week, and then they obviously double, but they also blank in 26. So I feel like if I was going to make a transfer like that, it would make more sense to get rid of a player that blanks. So if I was going to do that, maybe it makes more sense to get rid of Porro and then bring in Doherty for that, because Porro has got a bit of money saved up in him now. I think I can send him for like 5.5 or something like that. And so if I get rid of him for Doherty, who's like 4.5, I think 4.5, 4.6, then I will be able to obviously have a mill there to like sort something else out with, you know. So that is something that I'm also kind of taking a look at. But if not Doherty, then obviously I'd be bringing in Walker. But I don't know, that Sheffield United at home fixture and then the double looks really, really nice. And there's not really like, I don't really want to get rid of Solanke for like Darwin Núñez or anything like that, because, you know, there's talk that Bournemouth could potentially have like a really, really good double in like 28 or something like that. So I kind of want to keep him. So yeah, I mean, obviously Porro, Estepinian and Burn are all going to be transfers coming up, really, because like I say, Burn may have lost his place, Estepinian's getting benched, and then yeah, Porro, like I say, blanks in 26. So I can't get rid of Burn for Doherty because I'm 0.1 off, which is really, really annoying. And then yeah, Estepinian, I mean, like I say, I could get rid of him, but he doesn't blank in 26, and if he does keep his spot, then, you know, I'm just getting rid of a player that doesn't blank in 26 for a player that blanks in 26. I'd much rather get rid of Porro, who doesn't double, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Obviously, I could just roll this week, but the team doesn't look that good. We'll do a team selection like tomorrow and stuff, because obviously we'll know what happens in tonight's games, or tonight's game, should I say. But either way, that's kind of my thoughts on the transfer and stuff like that. I can't really touch the midfield and the forwards, like, unless, like I say, I get rid of Salah for Jota, but I kind of need a little bit more Salah news for that. But yeah, that's kind of my early thoughts on transfers there. But moving on to knee-jerk reactions for Game Week 24, and Richarlison is top of the list. Again, I feel like if you don't have Richarlison, then I just don't really think it makes sense to bring him in, because he does blank in 26. And yeah, Brighton at home and Wolves at home are two nice fixtures. It's one of those where, like, if you brought him in early, you've smashed it. Obviously, he's done really, really well every single week. You know, 8 points, 8 points, 7 points, 15 points. He's absolutely killing my rank. But because Game Week 26 is looming, like, and he does blank, you'd be transferring him in potentially just to transfer him out again. So that's the thing, because obviously when Son's back and everything, I think it will change a lot of things up. And I think Richarlison will keep his spot, because obviously he's playing really, really well. But most people will want, like, Son, because then Richarlison will be off penalties and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I'll probably just wait until Son's back and then just bring him in after Game Week 26. But yeah, I understand why people are jumping on him, because, like I say, he's killing my rank every week, you know. And, you know, if I got rid of him, if I brought him in for a -4 and then he got, like, the 15 point, and then obviously it'd be fine. But you just don't know he's going to do that. You know, he could blank against Brighton, and then it's just a whole situation. But yeah, Richarlison, the most brought in player this week. Haaland, another price rise, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. It's super sus. I own him now, and he obviously had a price rise, but it is a little bit sus. Like, you know, he went down millions and millions of transfers. You know, now he's gone up like a few 100,000. He's gone up 0.2. Like, I don't know. Like I say, as an owner, fair play. Like, it doesn't obviously affect me now, but if you are thinking of bringing him in and you're seeing all these price rises, even though, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works, but I'd be annoyed if I didn't own him. I mean, I lost obviously 0.1 in him anyway, which stopped me from being able to bring Doherty in because of that price rise. So it has actually affected me. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how it works. But either way, Trippier also being brought in by a lot of managers. Yeah, Forest away, Bournemouth at home coming up. I mean, the fixtures are nice for Newcastle. That's why I brought in Dan Burn. But it's just like, I brought in the wrong defender. You know, I just brought in, it's just one of those things. But yeah, I mean, I like Trippier's fixtures coming up, obviously. Does have a tough fixture in 26, though, when everyone else blanks. So maybe that's another reason why I shouldn't have brought in Dan Burn. But like, there was no other defenders that I wanted to kind of bring in with like fixtures like these, and that I could afford Haaland, obviously, in with. If I could have afforded, you know, Doherty, I probably would have brought him in as well, and then just benched him for the Newcastle game. But you know, it's hindsight. It's one of those things. And then Diogo Jota, another player that's been brought in by a lot of managers. Yeah, it does obviously double in. Well, it's not been. It's still not been updated yet that they double in 25. It has been announced, but I don't know why it's not been. Maybe they'll update it after this game week or something like that. But yeah, they do double in 25. It has been confirmed now. We actually got like a really late announcement. But yeah, I get why people are bringing him in. Obviously, really nice double. Burnley at home this week. I don't think he really did much in the Arsenal game, but apart from that, before that, obviously he's done really, really well. So yeah, understand why people are bringing him in. And then De Bruyne, another player that people might be getting rid of. Salah for, again, doubles in 25, and then obviously, you know, it's Kevin De Bruyne, who's an absolute magician. So yeah, fair play. They are the most transferred in players this week. Again, I personally am not going to go near Richarlison. It just doesn't really make sense for me to bring in a player that's going to blank in a couple of weeks when I kind of need to be making, especially like if he doubled, then fair play, but he doesn't. You know, if it was like a Diogo Jota, who obviously does double in 25 but then blanks in 26, you can obviously make an argument for it because you get an extra double game week player. But the fact that Richarlison doesn't double just kind of puts me off, really. Like, obviously he's smashing at it. Like, I've got eyes. I can see that he's doing really, really well. It's just I've got to be smart with my transfers, especially when I have Estepinian, Dan Burn, and Porro that are basically all probably not going to be playing in 26. So either way, those are the most transferred in players for game week 24. Most transferred out players for game week 24. Leading the line is Gordon. I think there was information that he like twisted his ankle or something like that. So yeah, I don't know if he's going to be playing. I don't know if he's going to be fit. He did come off at half time. So again, you'll just have to wait for press conferences for that. But yeah, he's obviously up to 6.2 now. So I don't think there's really many players around that price point apart from like Neto that I'd kind of really think about bringing in right now. Obviously there's Douglas Luiz, but even as an owner, I don't think I really like him in my team. I'd much rather get rid of him. And then everyone else obviously is a little bit more expensive. So yeah, for Gordon, it's probably just a hold just because the fixture's coming up, and obviously he does play in 26, and you know, he'll probably be fine by 26 as well. You might even be fine for 24. You'll have to wait and see. But at the end of the day, he's not like an immediate transfer. You know, you kind of want to be bringing in players that do double and stuff like that. And then Bowen, another player that a lot of people are transferring out. Yeah, he just fell off a little bit, you know. Obviously 3-2-1-2. He's just not been, you know, smashing it as he was doing. So I understand why people are getting rid of him, especially when there's players like Jota and Foden and other players around that price point that are all doubling and stuff coming up. So he does have a nice fixture in 26 with Brentford at home. So that's obviously something you have to think about. But at the end of the day, a lot of people like attacking doubles, and I understand why people are getting rid of him for that. Solanke, another player that a lot of people are getting rid of. I don't really know why. Like, yeah, fair play. He's got some tough fixtures coming up, obviously. But at the same time, you know, after this, he's got a sea of green fixtures, potentially doubles in 28 as well. And I think it's Sheffield United at home and Luton at home if they were to double, which is like, you can't get a better double game week than that, no matter who you are. So yeah, I mean, he's definitely a keep for me. I think I'm just going to stick with a 3-4-3. You know, if I end up selling Salah, then obviously I can bring in like better players and stuff like that. I mean, the other option is obviously like Watkins you could get rid of, but that just seems so silly. But again, some people are thinking about doing that for Nunes, but obviously it's all team dependent at the end of the day. And then Isak, another player that you know, didn't play against Luton. You know, would he have hauled in that game? You never know. Luton obviously played really well, but there was 4 goals scored, so maybe he would have got some of that. But yeah, either way, obviously really nice fixtures coming up. It's just that tough Arsenal fixture in 26. And again, that groin injury, seems to be nursing that injury for quite a while now. So it depends if that just keeps coming back and stuff like that. And then also finishing things off, Darwin Núñez. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be getting rid of Núñez at all. Like, he was benched because he had that small injury. That's what Klopp said. And then he's got Burnley and then a double. Like, no, I'd definitely be keeping Núñez 1000%. Like, there's no way I'd be getting rid of him at all. I know that he just obviously got a 0-pointer, but he's a player that is gonna get you returns. And I know that he's been a bit of a meme, but you know, with Burnley at home and then a double, I wouldn't be getting rid of him at all. But either way, that's kind of the most transferred in and out players for Game Week 24, and also how I'm currently doing in Game Week 23. Obviously, there's still a game left to play tonight. It's a big game for me as well. I've got 2 players on my captaincy playing, so I kind of need it to go well. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do drop a like down below. It's trying at 50 likes. Leave a comment. How are you getting on in Game Week 23? What are your plans for 24? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me, though. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, peace.